Welcome, Valpo basketball fans, to another edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt. Joining me today, the head coach of the Valpo women's basketball team, Mary Evans. Coach Evans, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Aaron.
Coming off a win on Saturday against Bradley here at home, the end of a busy week for you guys, 3 games in 5 days. It started up at Wisconsin, the rescheduled game from the snowstorm back in December. Obviously, that wasn't ideal timing right in the middle of the conference schedule. But is it good to have a game like that where you can kind of work on your stuff without a conference result being on the line?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some benefit to it. I mean, you never want to play that many games in such a short amount of time. But I think, at this point in the season, players would prefer to play than practice. So I think, they're motivated to play games, and sometimes it's harder to get them motivated to be in practice every day than it is to go up. So I thought it worked out well. And I think some of the stuff that we saw at Wisconsin helped prepare us for both the teams that we faced on the weekend in conference, with the style of offense and defenses that they ran. So I think it was good to go up and play them, especially their defense. We got some good film on things that worked and didn't work, and we were able to break that down between games this weekend and really talk about how we wanted to manipulate Bradley's zone.
You come home, you're facing league-leading Illinois State on Friday evening. Tough loss there. What was that next day or so like after that loss, knowing you had to turn right back around to face Bradley on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one beautiful thing about playing travel partners is that you have to have a short memory. Friday we did not play our best. I think everyone on our team would admit that. But we had to take the things that we needed to learn from Friday night, and we needed to talk about them on Saturday. And then we needed to put it out of our memory and get ready to play Bradley. And I think, sometimes that's a blessing. It's a lot better than, playing a game and not playing well and then having 4 or 5 days where you kind of have to have that bad taste linger in your mouth before you get your next opportunity to try to correct the mistakes that you made.
Well, you definitely corrected a bunch of them on Sunday, come out 78-71 victors over Bradley. You go back to the leaders on this team, and you kind of touch on it a little in the press conference after the game yesterday. Olivia Brown, Leah Ernest, both really struggled against Illinois State, and both were kind of candid in that press conference about, needing to get their minds right and make sure they're focused when they get out there. Their impact was obvious from the perspective of points. They scored 43 points yesterday in the win, but how about the little things as leaders they did yesterday to kind of help the team come out victorious?
Yeah, I mean, I think they both played really complete games. I thought, Brown had a couple really big rebounds late in the game that gave us extra offensive possessions, which allowed us to use more clock. I thought Leah was really good at attacking them inside of their zone. Sometimes when you play a team that runs zone for 40 minutes, especially in an offense like ours that we love to shoot the three, you get nervous that you're going to just rely on threes to win the game. And I thought we changed a few things offensively that we were trying to do to get the ball inside to Leah. And then I thought Leah made really good decisions on whether she needed to attack for herself or share the ball with her teammates. So I think that was huge. And then, I'd like to give a big shout out to Elise Pitts too. Her numbers were not, great, but she kept us organized. She kept us into what we were running. Her and Allie both, I thought, did a really good job of keeping us doing the things that we were trying to do collectively as a team to manipulate their zone. So I thought they both, they handled game management extremely well yesterday.
Yeah, the 2 point guards combining for 9 assists and just 2 turnovers. And I think that's as much a part of the win as anything yesterday. Your point guards only commit 2 turnovers. As a team, you're only at 8 as a team, a season low. And it's a pretty easy correlation there. You only turn the ball over 8 times and you score 78 points, right?
Yes. I mean, we've talked, until I'm blue in the face, we've talked with this team about how efficient we are offensively. If you look at our offensive statistical numbers, they're very, very good. We're just turning the ball over at a high rate. And so if we'll commit to figuring out how to collectively take care of the basketball and limit turnovers, we're going to get back to scoring a whole lot of points because they really, collectively as a team, we're shooting the ball tremendously well. And we just need to focus on getting shots every single possession, preferably really good shots, but just a shot instead of a turnover would be nice.
Well, you start the second half of league play this week, seeing almost everyone for the second time this season. Where do you think we stand as a team right now?
I like where we're at. I think we're growing every single day. I think we still have players that are very engaged and wanting to get better, and wanting to um, play as hard as they can. I think if we can continue to stay in that mindset of working as hard as we can, of listening to how we want to attack things, in the game plans that we put together, we'll have an opportunity to be in games. And, it's fun to go back and play a team the second time because each team is going to make adjustments. And, we're watching film and figuring out how we're going to adjust on this game for UIC on Wednesday. And we'll give the young women hopefully a good plan, and they can go out and try to execute it for 40 minutes.
The second half of league play starts Wednesday evening here at the Arc. UIC at home at 6 p.m. That's our Women in Sports game celebrating 50 years of Title IX. And then the Beacons on the road Saturday at 2 p.m. at Southern Illinois. You can watch that one on ESPN3. Coach Evans, thanks for joining me today. Good luck this week.
All right. Thank you.
This has been Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.